Okay, let's get right into it. Top 5 smart strategies to get the insurance company to agree to your repair estimate. Let's do it right now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, advocates? Welcome back to another episode of the Commercial Claims Show. I am your host, Vince Perri. I am the owner and CEO of Elite Resolutions. We're a public adjusting firm that provides all kinds of services as well. And I'm the owner of Commercial Claims Advocate, where we provide you with educational services. Public adjusters, contractors, attorneys. We've got all kinds of stuff, and we are here to help. And that's why we have this show. But let's get right into it. I had been looking for an accountant for years, and I was unable to find anybody that I liked, that I worked with, and was able to do what I needed to be done to my taxes and to my accountant. Jeremy David at Noble Wealth has been a godsend to me, my family, and my company. We have saved so much money in taxes I can't even begin to describe, and he knows what he's doing. You need to call Jeremy at Noble Wealth and get yourself the right accountant, because he's the man who's going to help you save on taxes, because ultimately you don't want to be making money, especially if you're self-employed, and having it all go to the IRS. Call Jeremy, call Noble Wealth, and they will help you tremendously with the entire accounting process and your tax situation from A to Z. Everybody needs an attorney on their side. So whether you're a public adjuster, a contractor, or anyone else in the insurance claims business, make sure that you have an attorney that you could rely on, that you can go to for questions whenever you need it. That guy for me for the last 12 years has been David Farber. David Farber is the owner of the Farber Law Firm, and he has been there for me from the beginning of my career until now. And I would love for him to be able to help you as well. So make sure you call him at this number here and visit his website so you can learn more about the amazing David Farber of the Farber Law Firm. Additional living expenses is one of the most difficult parts of an insurance claim, and the reason is it's very high pressure. And as a public adjuster or contractor, you're already dealing with the negotiating of the build-back process. You don't want to have to deal with ALE as well. Black Diamond Housing Services does all of that. They don't even charge the client. They bill it directly to the insurance company. It's all covered under the ALE coverage. So you need to call Black Diamond if you have a house that has been severely lost, whether it's like severe mold, severe water, fire, or anything like that, where they need a place to stay. Call Black Diamond Housing Services and they'll be able to take care of your client from beginning to end. Let's think of some smart strategies on how you could get the insurance company to agree to your repair estimate. Okay, let's start with number 1. I'm going to get right to the point. Number 1, you got to have a good scope, proper scope. What is a scope? You have to get somebody out there, and preferably you or an expert that knows something, to go out there and really document the file. Document exactly what's going on. Go into the house, go into the property, find out where the loss is coming from. Find out where the water's coming up. Find out where the wind damage occurred, and do a thorough what we call scope as to where all of this damage occurs. That leads me to number 2, which is take really great photos. But back to number 1 is, with that scope, you need to make sure that the estimate is going to be prepared correctly, that you are writing everything down that needs to be done, giving yourself an actual sort of like dialogue between you and yourself as to what exactly is going on here, and then what needs to be repaired and replaced. Even if you're not a construction expert, if you've got some experience in this, you want to make sure that you have an idea of everything that needs to be included. And if you're not a construction expert, or if you have no experience in construction, then you might want to go out there with somebody that does, or maybe send somebody out there that does, to make sure that everything is included. Because the fact of the matter is, the insurance company, they've got guidelines that they have to go by. If you could prove to them that beyond their guidelines, other things need to be done, and the reason why are because of X, Y, and Z, that's going to go a long way. And that happens when you go out to inspect the property and you put what we like to call the scope. And what that scope is just really, it's not only a sketch, it's definitely part of your sketch. You want to diagram and sketch the entire property, but you really want to write down all the specific details as to what needs to be included in the estimate, okay? While you're there, that leads me to number 2, photos. Make sure you're taking great photos. I tell all the guys at Elite Resolutions, any normal claim, your average claim, at least here in Florida, is roughly around $30,000. Well, you should have about 100 photos for your normal average size house. If it's a large loss, or if it's a large house, then you should have upwards of 200 to 500 photos. And you have to take a lot of photos because, there's several reasons why you should take a lot of photos. Is because you really want to show and tell the story of the severity of this loss to the insurance company. And whether you get it settled yourself or it ends up in the court of law, those photos of the severity of the loss are going to go a long way. It also helps if you have an in-house estimator like we do at Elite Resolutions or anything else, where they have an idea of sort of what needs to be included in the estimate in case you missed it on the scope or something like that. But the main thing, you want to take really good photos, and you can tell. It's really funny. I can tell when somebody who knows what they're doing took photos compared to somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. So get some practice on it. Make sure you're taking the proper photos. Take good photos, because like I said, the photos that you're taking on an advocate side, when you're coming on behalf of the side of the homeowner and you're really feeling sympathy for them, the story you're going to tell in your photos is a much different story normally than what the insurance company adjuster's photos are going to show. So take a lot of photos, take really good photos. The next thing, and that's going to help you really make sure that they agree to your repair estimate, because it's going to make your repair estimate much better. The next thing, number 3, is make sure you gather all the invoices and proposals. That's going to go into your estimate, okay? When you're putting that estimate together to do a repair, there's certain things that you may not be able to include in your estimate, because it's going to take a proposal from some kind of expert. It could be windows. It could be something custom inside of the house, that only, even like custom cabinets or something like that you'll need to get a cabinet expert out. It could be, especially right now in Florida with Hurricane Ian, pool screen enclosures. Because of the demand, it's so high, our software is not even close to what it's actually costing to do these things. We need proposals for that as well. But then also invoices, any repair invoices that were done, you're going to want to include those in your estimates as well. And that helps also prove that these things were actually damaged and need to be replaced as a result. So get invoices and proposals together. Make sure you take photo of them, upload into your file, and then include them in your estimate. Not only as line items, okay, you can put them at the end of your estimate, but also make sure you put them after the estimate. You want to have your estimate, your photos, and then all those invoices. Or you could have photos, estimate, and all those invoices and proposals to back it up. But you want to have that all on one sort of PDF document, okay? Number 4 is the estimating software. Use an estimating software. We have a lot of people who just want to get a general contractor out there and put a general contractor estimate together. Is that viable? Absolutely, you can do that. And don't let an insurance company tell you otherwise. If all you have is a general contractor's estimate, which a lot of you know, a general contractor's estimate is just going to be one page. It's just going to basically say, here's what it's going to cost to do the whole job. And it's not broken down into coats of paint and detaching and resetting and removing and replacing little things here and there. So that doesn't mean that you can't provide that to the insurance company, but it's just the way of the land. Insurance companies put a detailed estimate together on their end. If we want to combat that, it's only going to help if we put a detailed estimate on our end and present to them. So make sure that you're using some kind of estimating software. I'd say the 3 gold standards that are used are going to be Xactimate, SimSol, and Symbility. Xactimate, SimSol, Symbility. Any of those 3 will do. If you really want to be a little bit better, honestly, and this is no promotion at all to Xactimate, although if you'd like to sponsor the channel, please go ahead and send a message to us here. Seems to be the industry standard. Most people use Xactimate, and what helps with that is that in Xactimate you create a .esx file, and you can share that file with others, and it can help them put their estimate together. So, whether you guys know this or not on the insurance company side, sometimes we share ESXs between the independent adjuster and the public adjuster. Shh, don't tell anybody. And it makes their life easier because all the measurements are done. So, it's kind of cool if you use the same software as the other side, because you could communicate a little bit better. You can make each other's lives a little bit easier and adjust the estimate whenever you have to. So use a good estimating software. And then the last thing, if you really want people to agree to your repair estimate, get experts. Get experts to do a couple of things. You want to get an expert to prove the damage. So like if you can get an engineer out there, and if that engineer costs you money, okay, and there's an invoice for it, put it in the estimate. But that's going to help your narrative to prove the repairs that you're actually trying to prove in your repair estimate. And then also, one thing that we do at Elite Resolutions is we try to basically put almost like a stamp of approval of our estimates from a general contractor. Now, I know general contractors mean different things in different states. In Florida, a general contractor's license is extremely difficult to get, and it's pretty high regarded in Florida if you're a licensed general contractor. So if you can get your estimate to be stamped by a general contractor that they've reviewed the file, they've been to the house, they've seen your estimate, and they approve of the repairs of what needs to be done. That can go a long way if you want to get that thing paid. The insurance company will thank you for it. Or if you want to get maybe like an architect or something to stamp it, something like that. But anything that could really prove your repair estimate is legit and actually does need to be done, that's only going to help. Now, you're a licensed public adjuster. Remember that the insurance company estimate is put together by an adjuster, and there's nothing wrong with us as public adjusters putting an estimate together. But if you get some experts to back it up, it's going to help you a lot. So that's it. Top 5 smart strategies to really try to get the insurance company to agree to your repair estimate. Right? Number 1, proper scope. Make sure it's a good scope and you're putting everything that needs to be in there. Number 2, take great photos. Photos are so important. Minimum 100 on your normal average home. Number 3, get invoices and proposals. Whatever it costs to do any kind of repairs and whatever is proposed to cost, get the documentation, put it into your estimate. Number 4, get a good estimating software. Your 3 choices are mainly Xactimate, SimSol, and Symbility. And then number 5, get some experts. Experts to prove the causation of the loss and basically what needs to be done, and maybe an expert to actually back up your estimate to prove that it's a legit estimate and that it's what needs to be done to do all the repairs. Or you could even have an expert put together the estimate for you as well. There's nothing wrong with that either. You can get a general contractor. If they can put a detailed estimate together through one of those softwares, that can go a long way as well. That's all we got, ladies and gentlemen. Top 5 smart strategies to get the insurance company to agree to your repair estimate. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You could find us and more educational. Get into the YouTube rabbit hole, Commercial Claims Advocate, Commercial Claims Show, so you can learn some more about claims. Go to commercialclaims.com. You can take a look at our course. You can check out these cool shirts. And also you can check out one of our events where we get together, Advocates United, to bring us together because we are stronger together. And go to eliteresolutions.com if you want to take a look at the public adjusting firm that we are building, that we have built and we are continuing to build and to scale. And if you're interested in coming on board, shoot us a message, or if you have a claim that you want to file, that's what we do. Basically, that's what all this is about properly filing claims. So thank you very much. Hope you guys have a great week. See you later. Goodbye.